Hello people. Today we're going to be doing a tier list for Warframe using the canonical power levels of all the Warframes. Um, I'm going to be treating it as though the operator is in control. So I'm treating it as though it's the max that the Warframe can be without tapping into the Helminth to give him the abilities of other Warframes. Otherwise they'd all be S-class, because someone like Ash could use Equinox's causality manipulation abilities. So to start with, we're going to go to Ash, who is fucking C-class. Absolute trash. So C-class it's the bare minimum that almost any Warframe can be. So Atlas, he's a ninja, he throws stars, he slashes people, nothing's too impressive, although with the operator controlling him, he's probably about universal levels of strength. Next up is Atlas, he's a rock-smashing brute guy. He canonically destroyed a planet-destroying asteroid, which would put him in planet level. But with the operator, he's nothing special. Next is Banshee. She's sound. She can blow out people's eardrums. Nothing too special. Also, to clarify something, that Warframe's abilities work above causality. So Banshee, she uses sound to attack, but she can attack things like the Murmur or Corpus droids, who should be completely immune to any sound attacks. And all the Warframes function like this because they use void power to attack, and the void works. The void is above time, space. It's like a transcendent dimension. So they physically alter the causality of their abilities so that they can affect whoever they like, but they can't they can't change it so that they're fucking death, whatever. They can't stop manipulating the multiverse. So next up is Baruch, who C-class as well. Chroma, C-class. Who's this guy? Caliban. He's not particularly strong, although why he is in B class, because he uses unrefined void attacks, which is very powerful in the world of Warframe, because again it transcends dimensions. It's transcendent, so he would be B class. He could be S class, he could be A class, but I'm going to put him in B because there are some Warframes on this list who transcend death itself. They can manipulate narratives and the multiverse, that sort of stuff. Next we have Citrine. She is utter trash. I don't know what the hell Citrine does. I've never even played Citrine. She might be a fucking S-class, but I'm gonna put her down here because she uses like geodes and shit. She uses light, it doesn't matter. Next we have Saito 9. He is going right here. He's just a guy with a sniper rifle. That's it. Next, now up, we have one of our heaviest hitters in Warframe. We have Dagath, who, if you don't know Dagath, they have the capability to manipulate death itself. They can impart rules and conditions to say you will die on this day, this way. They can basically curse you to death. They can curse your soul to die, which is, I believe, death hacks would get you in B class. Down here, they can, it's not only soul manipulation like someone like Necros, although Necros, I'll get into it when we get to Necros, but she can curse like the Murmur who don't have souls, that sort of stuff. Next we have Dante, who, if you don't know Dante, he works on an informational level. He can rewrite the information of the universe, that sort of stuff. He understands everything, and basically he knows everything that exists. He knows the rules of everything that exists. He can dictate the rules that everything exists, and if he doesn't know something, it doesn't exist. And for that reason, he goes our first A-class Warframe. Ember, she shoots fireballs. Her fire is stated to never be able to be extinguished, but overall she's probably about, I'd say there, not too powerful, not weak. She's weak in terms of Warframes. Now we have one of the strongest Warframes here, Equinox. Equinox is often overlooked, but what she does is she manipulates the balance of the universe. And you hear that and you say, okay, so she makes dark things light, she makes light things dark, she makes cold things hot. That's not how Equinox works. She makes soft things hard. She makes water sharp. She can alter the underlying principles of atoms that surround you and dictate the rules that they follow, just like Dante. That's what she does. So if you go up against Equinox, she can say, "You stop right there, or I'll turn your balls into ash and your testicles into knives." That's the kind of shit she can do. Excalibur. He's a scrub. I'm sorry, but he's just a scrub. He's apparently the most proficient in sword, but all Warframes should be the same skill level. Excalibur is his powers embody his spirit, his warrior's intuition. He is very strong, but he isn't that strong. Come on. He isn't manipulating the universe or death itself. Who the fuck is this? Is this Hildren? Who the fuck is that? Oh, I know who this is. This is Foley, the brand new Warframe as of this video being recorded. I can't decide if she's stronger than this sort of causality manipulating teir or weaker. I can't decide. Because what she can do is she can create things into existence that follow her rules. She can create the void murmur things. The murmurs are universal plus they are multiversal. She can draw anything and it becomes reality. And because of that, she might be up here, because she could just draw one of the Warframes and bring them into existence to fight alongside her. Frost, fucking scrub. She's probably gonna go down there. Yeah. Ember's stronger than so these are like your Elementalists down here. Chroma can create fire, toxic, and cold. Ember can create fire as well, but it's infinite. It never extinguishes. And Frost, he just creates cold. He can freeze the moisture in the air to create a solid bubble, which is insane. That takes so much energy, it's unbelievable. He'd probably have to freeze all the moisture in the air of a planet just to create one bubble that can tank a high-level bombard shot. But Chroma potentially also could do the same. It's not very impressive. Next, we have Gara. She's probably here. She can turn people into glass. She can also surround herself with shrapnel. Garuda. You aren't gonna like this, but she's probably like, yeah, she's about here. She does manipulate blood. She can extract blood from robots. She can extract blood from murmurs. But all Warframes can impose those sorts of rules onto anybody. She doesn't manipulate death or life. That's the thing. She's just very violent. Gorse, he apparently can freeze the universe's expansion, which I haven't heard any evidence for that. I'm gonna Google right now evidence for that. So we say, okay, I'll leave him for a little bit. Can Gorse in Warframe freeze the expansion of the universe? There we go. Just let that brood whilst I go on to Grendel. Grendel has a dimension within his stomach that's infinite acid. And he can eat anything, presumably of any size. We could probably eat a planet, he could eat a universe, but he's probably only going to be there. What's her name? Gaia. She manipulates electricity, elemental. She can manipulate fate with critical chance. But is critical chance just shooting someone in the head? No, I think she might be up there because she can manipulate fate to make outcomes more likely. Is that better? Yes, that's less. That's less. Yes, that's less than being able to manipulate causality itself. Now we've got our answer. No! Gauss can't freeze the expansion of the universe, even in the most unhinged Warframe power scaling memes. So yeah, he can't freeze the fucking universe. I've seen that in TikTok comments, just had to do some basic research. Apparently he can't. Gauss's kit is built around energy manipulation. Flash freeze enemies, it slams with enough cold static to fully freeze them. Spontaneously combust foes. Lore-wise, heat is just molecular motion, so he freezes... that's like dark matter manipulation in a way. It is... I'd put being able to freeze molecules here. And this is going to go into some quantum mechanics. The way that weight and mass is distributed is it's how much energy is stored within your atoms. The atom's energy comes from 99% of it is from the friction. It's not actually friction. I forget what it's called. Of the atoms rubbing together, and 1% of that is the quarks inside of them spinning around, zipping around, and clashing with each other. That's where the energy of atoms comes from. And if you're capable of freezing that energy, it would essentially erase that thing that you've frozen from the universe. It would just erase the matter because there's no energy inside of the atoms. And because there's no energy inside of the atoms, those atoms no longer exist. There's no binding energy to keep the atoms aligned, and it would all just break apart. There's something called the something fabric, something. There's a force that acts upon the quarks to make them move around. Although he can freeze that as well, so it's irrelevant in this conversation. He can remove that energy that's imparted onto them. Next we have Harrow. Harrow is a strange Warframe. With Rel, he's able to 1v1 the Indifference, who transcends literally everything. He transcends the void. He's literally the void itself, and the void transcends the multiverse. So Harrow, it's not even the multiverse, it's the Kra-verse, because a strand of Kra is a multiverse, and there's many different strands of Kra. He transcends all those strands of Kra, and he also consumes strands of Kra, which would scale him to multiversal bare minimum. That's where he is. He's multiversal. Harrow can 1v1 him for literally, it's for centuries you've slept. He can do that for centuries. So it's the strongest. It's one of the strongest showings of power that we've seen in Warframe. Although it's unclear if Harrow does that through emotional manipulation or literally clashing him with fists. So if you believe he's fighting the Indifference for all that time, he would have his own teir up here. But it's more like emotional manipulation, I believe, and the chains themselves bind him. And if the Indifference, if the Indifference cannot break the chains that bind him, that would mean that the strength of the chains also transcend all this stuff. So maybe he is in a tier of his own, although Harrow does have the same fate manipulation that Gaia has, so I'm going to put him down here for now. He also has causality manipulation. He has probably the highest level of causality manipulation of all the Warframes, because you can shoot him and it heals him. He can it's not like Equinox where she manipulates the rules of atoms and stuff like that. He manipulates the fundamental rules of reality, like life and death itself. So ones down here manipulate death. He manipulates above that. He manipulates the laws of reality. Hildren, back down to the scrubs. Where the fuck? She's got a gun, so she would be like here. And Saito 9, no, she would be here. She's got a gun, that's it. Hydroid, he has an infinite dimension of water. That's it. Come on. It's probably bare minimum down here. Maybe not even that. I don't know. Inaros consumed, he didn't consume, he engulfed the entirety of Mars in a sandstorm. And he was the sandstorm itself, so he would be up here. He's planet level, the same as Atlas, although he didn't destroy the planet. He didn't show that he's capable of destroying the planet, so he's slightly less than Atlas. She has a fucking bow. Get over here. You are probably stronger than Saito 9, because she can manipulate the trajectory of her weapons. Who the what's her name? She's the one who rolls dice, right? No, that's Jade. Jade is our first life and death manipulator in the game. She is the strongest of all the life and death manipulators because we have two tiers of life. There's 2 tiers of death manipulators in Warframe. We have the life and death manipulators, and we only have the death manipulators. So someone like Dagath, he can only invoke your death. Jade can manipulate life and death itself, so she can invoke your death and invoke when you're born, when you come into being, that sort of shit. So she's up here. Cora, she's just got a fucking melee weapon, so she's probably here. I'd put Baruch there, maybe. It's kind of a toss-up, which one's stronger, maybe they're equal. What's her name? Dice Lady, I'll just call her Dice Lady. She manipulates fate the same as Gaia. So she can she's a gambler, and we have a good one coming up here. Kullervo. Oh my god, Kullervo's so fucking strong, it's unbelievable. Kullervo is on the same tier as this woman, except he's much stronger. She's Foley. He can invoke the void itself. He doesn't just create copies, he invokes them to come into existence. This guy, he probably is gonna be the highest of all the... I'm gonna put him here for now, but there's another Warframe coming up. So what's his name? Snake guy, I don't know his name. What he does is he can manipulate atom... Ooh. So that would put him up here. I'd put him there. Yeah, so what he does... No. He doesn't manipulate the properties of atoms, he can only create them. He can only create elements, which is why he's down here. Okay. Limbo. It's unclear in the lore whether or not what Limbo did was... He was just a human, then he entered his dimension, and then he became a Warframe. It's very unclear if that's what happened, or if he was a Warframe when he did this. We're inclined to think that he wasn't a Warframe because he was conscious. If you don't know, Limbo was a mathematician, and he created a mathematical theorem that when he used it, he slipped out of his slice of the 3rd dimension into a parallel... It would be more like tangential dimension. That's what he went. Does he have anything... So, within his dimension, he's probably up here. So he can manipulate time and the physical reality of the tangential dimension that he resides within. Although he is limited by it being his own dimension, which would put him here, actually. Loki, he just turns invisible. I'll put him there. Oh my god, my mouse is acting up. Oh, what are you doing, mouse? There you go. There you go. Mag is actually strong. She can magnetize literally anything. She can magnetize flesh. Is she planet level? Probably not. Why did I put Grendel here? Because he can consume planets. I'd put him... He's gonna be there. Because he can... He can't manipulate the properties of atoms, but she can manipulate the properties of... She can only do it on a magnetic level, yes. Mesa is very difficult. She can shoot through dimensions. So she can... So if Limbo was within his tangential dimension, Mesa would be able to shoot him. But that's not very strong. Put her there. Mirage. Oh my god. Put her there, maybe? She isn't planet... Well, she is planet level. All of these are universal. I'm going off these as... So for these, I'm going off... So these are all the operator strengths. And then to order them within this, I'm using their Warframe strengths. That's what I'm doing. And Mirage, she is universal, of course. But she just manipulates... I'd put her there. Because she can... She can create copies of herself, she can increase her damage, she can do all sorts of stuff like that, but it's not that impressive. This is a controversial one. Necros. He manipulates souls alone. He doesn't manipulate death like Dagath. He can interact with souls. He can resurrect the dead, but he only does it on a soul level. He can impart souls onto beings who don't have souls. Don't get me wrong, he is strong, but he's not this strong. He can't just kill you by just deciding it. Nasia is another controversial one, because if you didn't know, Nasia used to have a codex entry which stated that he used to have a codex entry that states that he's the strongest Warframe. It states that he has an untapped, unending well of energy. It says, I believe, a petite and playful facade. Camouflages. It doesn't use the word camouflage. I can't remember exactly what it says. His true strength. So if we're going off the before Nasia Prime, he would be top. He's just top. But since Nasia Prime released, they gave a rework to his lore. He would be up here. He'd be on the same tier as Mirage. Slightly more, because Mirage can affect her own damage. Nasia can affect the damage that others take. He can also protect himself, he can protect others, and he can create himself. He's like Revenant when we get down to Revenant down here. If you don't know the lore of Nasia, there was a colony of children who were minors, literally minors and minors, and those children were forced to fight in a war. And because the children were so scared, they believed in this god so much. They believed in this god Nasia, and they believed in him so hard that the Warframe Nasia was created from nothing. Other than that, he's not too strong. Nidus, he's infested. Maybe. So we can manipulate the Helminth. Because he's a infested specific Warframe, I'm going to give him that he can manipulate the Helminth. He can speak to the Helminth, he can open the Helminth door. So I'll say, yeah, Nidus, you can just have it. You can just say that you can be the Warframe who stands in for the Helminth system. So Nidus, he can use all the other Warframe's abilities. He can just do that. That's just what Nidus can do. Noko, I believe he's probably down here, because he manipulates the void and conceptual embodiment. Kind of. So he can make spores that have a similar effect to Kuva. And it's theorized that the spores themselves are like void energy, but that's only a theory, so I'll bring him down here to fucking down here. He's nothing. Worthless. Put him over you just because he's got that theory with him. Nova, she can manipulate dark matter. So, yes. Actually, down here. The reason I put her below Gauss is because Gauss can destroy light by taking away their energy. Nova can only destroy matter. Taking away the energy from anything means you can just destroy that thing outright. Nyx is mind control. Yeah, I'd say she bypassed. She wouldn't so these ones, most of them bypass death. She can bypass she can bypass your mind, but doing that's irrelevant when you just kill someone. Oberon, fucking elemental, worthless. I'll put you down there. Actually, he can mind control as well. Octavia. She's also an elementalist. She manipulates sound. Would Banshee be up here? No, because sound's basically fucking worthless. Yeah, put her there. So she can manipulate she can manipulate music, and she can kind of mind control by leading people, not really. Yeah, she can. So she can mind control people. Auraxia! Damn, Auraxia! She's fucking here. In case you don't know Auraxia's law, she can manipulate and weave strands of Kra, and as established before, a strand of Kra is it's like a thread that contains infinite possibilities. It contains infinite outcomes of a universe, which is multiversal. She can manipulate that, and on top of Auraxia being able to do this, she can transcend the fiction which she is a part of. So she can transcend and rewrite the rules and laws of Duviri, which makes her this level. Who the fuck is the Protea? She has manipulation of time. Yeah, she's about here. She transcends time. She transcends dimensions. Not really too much. I'll put Limbo there as well. Yeah, no, Limbo's up. Yeah, Limbo's up there because he can also manipulate time. He can collapse a dimension onto you. Cuervo's who I was talking about before when I was speaking about... Where is he? This guy. I've forgotten his name. Wellington man. Snake guy. Quovex. He manipulates... He is very similar to Equinox. He manipulates, like, the rules of reality. He's non-fiction itself. He is science. He imposes a natural law onto things. Equinox, however, and who's this guy? Dagath, Dante, and Dante transcend natural law. So they can override what Quovex does, but Quovex himself imposes natural law onto the murmurs, onto things of that nature. He can give you causality if you're an anti-causal being, like the Destiny Guardians. He can say, because they're paracausal, all the Warframes are paracausal, but he specifically can say, you're the Destiny Guardian, you have to abide by the rules of our universe, and there's maybe nothing that the Guardian could do about that. I need to research more about them. This guy is Revenant. I always forget his name. He's just sentient, he has void, he can create himself, but immortality is irrelevant because the Helminth Hive Mind stores all the Warframes' consciousness, and they can be pulled out at any time. In order to destroy the Warframes, you'd have to destroy you'd have to destroy the helmet itself, and the helmet itself transcends time and space, just like anything that touches the void. However, he does have some void adjacent powers, so he's below. Is that Gaia? Where the fuck is? Yeah, he's there. He's below Cullervo. No, that's not Cullervo. Who the fuck is this? Bonte, Bane, Bob. And I've got his name in my head, or hers. It's kind of gender neutral. Oh well, he's below him, so he can just shoot the void. He can't really do anything else. Rhino, it's said that his time can stop time. His stomp can stop time. Put him about there. Maybe he's the top of strength. His stomp is powerful enough to stop time itself. I'd say it unaligns the universe with the time. That's kind of what it does, but that's not really. You know, all the Warframes theoretically could do what he does. He just does it without the operator. Saren. Wasn't it? Yeah, I'd put her there. Saren. So Saren can give computers biological viruses, which is very strong. But all of these can impose those sorts of laws onto things. So maybe she's about. He can just. Why is Loki here? I meant to put him by Ash. Where the fuck is Ash? There you are. There you go. Okay. Put Saren there for now. She's probably about there. Oh! Who the hell? What's this guy's name? He's so important. What's his name? He's a pirate guy. So he is up here. He can manipulate death as well. But, I don't know. Fucking, this guy, he is a warrior. He shoots spears. Put him down by you. He's probably about there. He's going to be stronger than Korra, not as strong as... Actually, I put him stronger than Excalibur. Because he's like a veteran guy. You... fucking worthless. Jesus Christ, get down here. You just fucking make sound waves and shit. Yes, you can speak to your fucking... What do you call it? You can speak to your guitar. That isn't worth anything. Titania. She can just fucking shoot guns, I guess, where you're the bottom of the barrel of these guys. Trinity. You can just heal people. She doesn't have life and death manipulation. What's his name? I've forgotten his name. Oh well. It's the devil. This guy is the devil Warframe. It sounds strong, but he doesn't have any showing. He doesn't show that. I'll have to research his abilities real quick. I'll leave him there for now. What is the devil Warframe's powers? Next we'll go on to Valkyria. She's just angry. She is immortal, but that's not really worth anything. She does have a weapon, but it's not too strong. Maybe she's like there. She's basically Baruch, but not limited by her resolve. Vauban is... What does Vauban do? Vauban isn't very strong. He can make anything he can make any tech he wants. So maybe he's like there. Yeah, I'd put him there. Volt, he just manipulates electricity. Some element, pretty worthless. Yeah, but you're above them. You, Wolf Woman, don't know your name. You're irrelevant. Does she have an exalted? I don't believe she has an exalted. I think they added an exalted weapon for her recently, so I will put you there. No, there. No, there. You're above Baruch because you're not limited. Wisp. Now, Wisp can collapse dimensions onto themselves. which would be Limbo. She is probably... Yes. Yeah, she can collapse dimensions, which is something Limbo can do, but the reason Limbo is up here is because Limbo can also manipulate the properties of his own dimension. Wukong is an exalted weapon, so he goes down here. He is immortal, which... He does go off the story of Wukong, so I'll put you there, actually. Mr. Wukong. Where the hell did I leave him? Have I messed up the tier list? I'll put you there, Mr. Wukong. Oh, no, wait a second. This is who I... Wait, who... That's Caliban. That's... Oh my god, Caliban. Oh, you've completely fucking ruined me here, Caliban. You've completely ruined all my credibility. Get down here. Fuck you, Caliban. Now I've lost where Caliban... You're there. No, you're there, aren't you? I've already explained... This is... I thought Caliban was this guy. Wait a second. All the Warframes from this time kind of fall together. That's not Gaia, is it? I'm just gonna ignore it. Oh, Ureli. The strongest Warframe. No, she fucking lost to a Redditor. That's the meme of the community. I've read the lore. She doesn't actually lose to a Redditor. She just dies from something. I don't know why she dies, but, you know, she's probably... She is just a normal Warframe. She has elemental manipulation, but I'm going to put it down here for the memes. And you, Zephyr, you are you probably have the worst element to manipulate. Actually, yes, you have the worst element to manipulate. It sounds powerful if you're fighting someone who can breathe. Come on. I know she can impose rules onto, like Ureli, who can make robots drown. She can probably suffocate a robot, but we're not using that scaling for this list. Anyway, this is the complete list. There's no more Warframes left. Please like and subscribe anyway. Bye.